I'm sorry, Michelle, you've eaten too many burgers this month. We think that cows are bad for the environment, so we're not going to let you spend here. And so that is central bank currency is the ultimate, it's in the name, it's centralized control. And just because it's digital and maybe tokenized or associated with a blockchain, it doesn't give it the same principles as what is driving the movement behind Bitcoin. And I think that's the scary part in all of this, is that there's so much interest in what it is that decentralization can do, but because the masses are not well informed, and people know what a restaurant chain is and they know what a gold chain is, but they don't necessarily know what a blockchain is, and certainly not well enough to explain it and be intimately involved in owning tokenized assets, that it's hard for the average person to separate those. And when you think about some of the tricks that could be used to get people to buy in, no pun intended, to a centralized currency, whether it's a universal basic income, whether it's the promise to control inflation, because they won't tell anyone this, but if they have the ability to turn currency on and off, that's a really clear way for them to control demand. So there are definitely lots of different carrots that they can put out there. Even something as simple as, trade in one of your dollars and you'll get 10,000 digital dollars, and then all of a sudden people be like, oh, I'm going to be a digital dollar millionaire, not realizing that it's about the purchasing power, not about the headline amount. And we've seen that over and over again. That's part of the issue with the stimulus checks here in the United States, which caused inflation. So I think that's the concern that everybody needs to be thinking about when we hear about tokenization of assets and we hear about central bank currencies, we hear about cryptocurrencies. It's just this conflation about, who has the ownership, who has the freedom, who has the insight into that. And because it's new and it's, confusing and sort of uncharted territory for a lot of people, I fear that that's going to be taken advantage of in a very bad way.
Right. And Bitcoin is the complete antithesis of a central bank digital currency, in that it is decentralized and is a response to the failures of the financial system, as we saw after the 2008 financial crisis, hence the genesis of Bitcoin. But you bring up this point, which you bring up in the book again, that perhaps the central planners are using the confusion